Happy. But look, seriously, I have to say that there is another huge political story, and it's breaking this morning. Listen to this. The Justice Department grants immunity to the staffer who set up Hillary Clinton's email server at home. Judge Napolitano is here. Judge, the guy gets immunity. There is a grand jury has been empaneled and is hearing evidence. Surely Hillary should be really worried about this.
Hillary should be terrified, and I'll tell you why.
Our
colleagues Catherine Herridge and Pamela Brown have a piece coming up on FoxNews.com as we speak, explaining what the Justice Department lawyers will ask Mr. Pagliano to explain to the grand jury. How he was able to migrate a State Department secure system onto her private server. Question, Mr. Pagliano, did Mrs. Clinton give you her personal Secretary of State password to enable you to do that? If he answers yes, we have an indictment for misconduct in office as well as espionage. She should be terrified of the fact that he's been granted immunity. Now, what does granted immunity mean? Only a federal judge can grant immunity? A federal judge will only grant immunity if a sitting jury is ready to hear testimony from the immunized person. So we know a couple things. We know the recommendation we were waiting for from the FBI to the Justice Department has already made its way from the FBI to the Justice Department. We know FBI agents and Justice Department prosecutors are working in tandem. We know that they went through this lengthy process of interviewing Mr. Pagliano and finding out what he knows and deciding it's so valuable they need him to say it to a grand jury, and the only way he can say it to a grand jury is if they promise not to prosecute him, and hence he gets immunity. And we also know they're going to seek someone's indictment because they would not be immunizing him and thereby inducing him to spill his guts unless they wanted to indict someone. Now, we don't know who it is. There's 4 or 5 people between Bryan Pagliano and Mrs. Clinton.
Okay, hold on one second, Judge. Ashley, the Clinton camp has put out a statement.
They have indeed. This is from Hillary Clinton's press secretary. It goes on to say, she has encouraged everyone to cooperate, talking about Hillary Clinton, because we want to make every good faith effort to be transparent and answer any questions that people have. Goes on to say, with Mr. Pagliano, we encouraged him as well, because we don't think he has any reason to not be transparent.
They are out of their minds. That is a response written by their political people and not by their legal people. Mr. Pagliano is their nightmare.
What intrigues me is you're telling us that a grand jury has been empaneled. It has been hearing testimony.
Yes.
The prosecutors know what Mr. Pagliano is going to say.
Yes.
And they gave him immunity.
They went to a federal judge and persuaded a federal judge that he should get immunity, meaning he cannot be prosecuted with his own words being used against him unless he lies before the grand jury, which is a different story altogether.
Okay, quickly, time frame. When does this really shake out in public?
I don't know the answer to that. But if you were a Democrat, a big if, wouldn't you want to know if Mrs. Clinton was going to be exposed to criminal prosecution before you completed the nomination process?
Yes, you would. You absolutely would.
Oh, that's a finite period of time. That's between now and July.
It's not so much whether she will eventually be indicted. It's whether or not the FBI and the prosecutors recommend indictment to the Justice Department. And that recommendation is the key.
And what is revealed officially or what is leaked unofficially as a consequence of that recommendation?
You know, Judge, you have been the point man in the legal frame of things for this entire email scandal, and you've told us exactly how things are unfolding. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good stuff. We will see you again later.
Yes.
By the way, look,